The president-elect firing an opening shot in a messaging war over the repeal of Obamacare, tweeting, "The Democrats, led by head clown Chuck Schumer, know how bad Obamacare and what a mess they are in. Instead of working to fix it, they do the typical political thing and blame. The fact is, Obamacare was a lie from the beginning. Quote, keep your doctor, keep your plan. It is time for Republicans and Democrats to get together and come up with a health care plan that really works, much less expensive and far better." In the meantime, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich weighing in on Mr. Trump's comments and offering his own warning to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
I think that's a terrible position for Chuck to be in. Schumer and Trump have known each other for many, many, many years. And I think that the president, frankly, just wants to shrink him. And I would say to Senator Schumer, if you look what happened to Jeb Bush, or you look what happened to Hillary Clinton, you should be very worried if Donald Trump decides to focus on you, because so far the track record is pretty good that he can define you a lot better than you can define him.
Ooh, burn. Joining me now is Tony Sayegh, Fox News contributor, and Bernard Whitman, former Bill Clinton pollster and a CEO of Whitman Insight Strategies. Bernard, should Chuck Schumer be careful? I mean, when Trump turns his anger on you or his attention.
Once again, Newt Gingrich has no idea what he's talking about. This is the land of the bizarre. I mean, the fact is, you know the old adage, you break it, you buy it? Well, the Republicans, the Republicans are about to break Obamacare, and they are going to own it. They are going to own it. And you know what the real problem is? They've got an economic problem and a political problem. The economic problem is they're going to try to upend a $3 trillion part of the economy, throw 20 million people off of health care, when that is not something that the American people actually want. There is going to be hell to pay on the hustings when this thing is done.
I like all the little quotes you had in there. Those were all good slogans. It's already broke, my friend.
Correct.
I mean, it is broken. At the same time, he is right that you don't necessarily want to own the solution until you know for sure it's going to work. And right now, this is dangerous territory. No one's made this thing even close to work. Not the Democrats. Do the Republicans want to own what comes next by themselves?
We have no choice in the respect that you have to fix and replace what is currently collapsing on itself, which is that under the Obama administration, with only Democratic votes, they essentially socialized 1/5 of our entire economy, which is health care, and now it's collapsing on itself. Melissa, in 15 states, you either have only 2 or 1 choices in the Obamacare marketplace. You have, in many instances, triple-digit increases in premiums. So it's failing. That's not even the question. Chuck Schumer's problem is he's defending a failed policy that people don't like, and that's a quantifiable fact. And he's also taking on a political and marketing juggernaut like Donald Trump in the most silly way.
Wait. But he's great at, Chuck Schumer is great at talking smack himself, my friends. Listen to this. So he had a tweet, and he said, instead of calling names, the president-elect should roll up his sleeves and show us a replacement plan that will cover the 20 million Americans who gained coverage, that will cover students or post-college students 21 to 26 who want to stay on their parents' plan, that will show how we cover people with pre-existing conditions. That was your point.
Reality news flash. They have had 7 years to come up with an alternative. The congressional Republicans have. Trump has. There is not a single alternative on the table. It's 2 weeks from Inauguration Day. They want to repeal this right away. They have no plan. There's no solution. There's no fix after 7 years.
Let Tony tell us what the plan is.
Tom Price, the potential incoming Secretary of Health and Human Services, authored a plan several years ago that has a lot of consensus. There are multiple plans on the table, by the way, and there have been 30 amendments that have been made to Obamacare. There are clearly ideas on the table that do need to become part of a cohesive replacement package. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But the reason you have extra coverage, by the way, I love when Democrats champion the fact they have more people covered. It's mandated now. You will be breaking the law if you're not covered.
But
no,
you
have young people now paying for insurance they don't need. That's not the point of the law.
This is literally like taking dinner off the table, throwing it in the trash, and then going, you know what, don't worry, we're going to give you something else to eat. It's going to be better. Well, you know what? People are going to be starving, and they're going to be ticked off.
That dinner is full of poison, and that's why the entire system is collapsing on itself, Bernard.
The problem with the entire system is that we've given away a ton of stuff that there's no way to pay for, and that's why it's collapsing. And while we have to, it's hard to take away things, like you said, like the dinner. It's hard to take away the things that we've given away. There is no way to pay for it. How do we fix the cost part of it?
Actually, when you look at Obamacare and you look at the nonpartisan analysis that have been done, repealing Obamacare will cost $350 billion more over 10 years. It's going to cost more. For now, it's going to. You say we don't have the means to pay for it. It's going to cost way more.
I just have to address real quick what Bernard said, because Obamacare is one giant tax increase. That's why, according to a lot of these analyses, it's taking money out of government. This is money government took from people in the first place. There are many free market. There are many free market solutions to this problem. For many years, both Republicans and Democrats refused to allow the healthcare industry to compete across state lines. That's number one. There are other ways to keep parts of it, like the pre-existing conditions, but while also creating a much more competitive atmosphere that drives costs down. The market drives costs down, Melissa. You know that.
Good luck with that. I'm confident we're going to solve it next time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Melissa.